Hi, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining. The senator should be on shortly, but in the meantime, please make sure that you are able to record. And if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you. Hi, everyone. The senator will be on in 2 minutes. Please let us know if you have any issues recording. And yeah, thank you.
there a way I can put this on the screen and read it? Hello, everybody. Thank you for getting on. I see we have an SU fan there. Okay, let me get started here because this is on such an important issue. Can you all hear me?
Yes, Senator, we can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you, Senator.
It's on oh, that's on the screen. There's some dots on the screen. Does that show up? You see them? It's dirty. Looks dirty on my coat. Okay. Okay, so thanks for getting on such a serious topic, the unprecedented threats New York families are facing with their Social Security. In the past month, we are seeing something I never thought would happen in America. Social Security, one of the most beloved federal programs, under attack and on the verge of being broken. Devastating cuts that risk services from people from Albany to Buffalo to the North Country to the Southern Tier to the entire state is making it much harder for people to get their Social Security. We all know that these kind of cuts risk services that our people need to get they need their monthly check to pay rent, buy medicine, afford food, and even more. Right now, Donald Trump and Elon Musk's Doge are trying to take a chainsaw to your Social Security benefits. It's a direct attack on New York seniors. Trump, Musk, Doge have already announced plans to fire 12% of the staff, more than 7,000 Social Security workers. If cuts like that go through, the former Social Security administrator said we would start seeing major delays and checks going missing within a month. $7 billion flows to New York every month for Social Security, and a plan like this would hit every senior right in their wallets. These billionaires don't understand. Our seniors depend on Social Security to buy food, to buy medicine, to pay the rent. One of them, the Commerce Secretary, who's a billionaire, said, well, if his mother-in-law missed a check, she wouldn't miss it. Yeah, that's true for anyone here who has a billionaire son-in-law. But if you don't, you need that check. And these people are cruel and heartless. It's clear why Doge is doing this. They can't outwardly cut benefits because that would be so unpopular. So they're trying to kill Social Security in another way, making it harder, sometimes next to impossible, to access your benefits. New Yorkers aren't falling for it, and I'm here to sound the alarm on their plan to cut Social Security in New York to the bone. Here's what we say to Doge. Get your hands off New Yorkers' Social Security, plain and simple. Let me just. Plain and simple. Now, we're already, whoops, let me just get the numbers here. Okay, I had some numbers here. So I'm here to explain three things. Who will be impacted, what these cuts to Social Security mean to everyday New Yorkers, and how can we stop them? First is who? Over 4 million New Yorkers receive Social Security payments every month. Most are seniors who are retired, who rely on their hard, let me say it, sorry, folks. Can't get this off. Hold on, folks, I'm having a little trouble here with, it's my daughter, and I'm not going to talk to her now. Okay. First, who's hurt? 4 million New Yorkers receive Social Security payments every month. Most of them are seniors who are retired, people who paid into Social Security for years, knowing they never become rich when they're retired, but at least they'd have a little bit of a cushion to help them. In Buffalo and Erie County, 230,000 seniors and families get $410 million a month. In Rochester and Monroe County, 195,000 seniors and families get over $340 million a month. In Syracuse and Onondaga County, 115,000 seniors and families get over $200 million a month. In Albany, 71,000 seniors and families get $128 million a month. And in the Hudson Valley, over 487,000 seniors and families get a whopping $942 million a month, close to $1 billion a month. Now, that's not wasted money. That's money that goes into the pockets of seniors and disabled people so they can eat, buy their medicines, and live a decent life. Social Security is a lifeline for our seniors. And if these plans go through, it's going to create a huge crater, a $7 billion crater in our economy. So what exactly is Doge, Musk, and Trump saying they want to do? Well, they're making it as hard as possible to get your benefits by closing offices and adding red tape. Social Security was already at the lowest staff levels in 50 years, but now they want to fire 7,000 more workers. That means when you call in and need help, when checks are snafu'd, there's no one there to help. Let's be very clear. What is happening right now to the Social Security Administration is in reality a benefit cut to New Yorkers, shutting off phone lines, closing down field offices, firing staff by the thousands. We're already seeing the impact firsthand. In the past month, the Social Security website has crashed 4 times in 10 days. My office has gotten lots of calls from seniors who were stuck on the phone waiting for help for many hours. It used to be just a few minutes. Doge is already planning to close the Social Security office in Westchester and White Plains and Chemung County over there in Big Flats with no plans to relocate services. And that's just the beginning. They say they want to cut 60% of our Social Security offices. Over half the people who need help with Social Security go in person because you need help and you can't really get it on the phone. Westchester is one of the highest volume offices in the state. It's serving over 200,000 people. Now they might need to commute to New York City to get help. Isn't that outrageous? Meanwhile, in Chemung County, in the rural southern tier, seniors don't have good public transportation options, and it's very hard for them to go to the nearest office. The former Social Security administrator said if these cuts go through within a month, we'll start seeing major delays and people will be missing their monthly checks. For people with disabilities, it could take up to 3 years to get benefits. So make no mistake, Doge and Musk, these very cruel, cold-hearted people, are trying to break the Social Security system. But don't take my word for it. Just look at what they say. You know what, Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, he certainly doesn't need Social Security. You know what he called Social Security this month? The biggest Ponzi scheme of all time. He called it the big one to eliminate. Isn't that outrageous? A Ponzi scheme when you paid in money for all your working career and now you're getting something back to help you survive, and he calls it a Ponzi scheme? Howard Lutnick, as I mentioned, the Secretary of Commerce, said if his mother-in-law missed a Social Security check 1 month, she wouldn't care. Of course not. Her son's a billionaire. Anyone on this call have son-in-laws as billionaires? Well, then you don't really need Social Security. How out of touch with reality are these people? What kind of bubble do they live in? Don't they understand how average seniors and average people on disabilities struggle? I dare either one of them to say Social Security checks don't matter to my 4 million families in New York who rely on this every month. Musk claims Social Security is full of waste, but he can't show any of it. His own hand-picked acting commissioner says it's not true. Why are they doing this? Well, unfortunately, these very wealthy people want bigger tax cuts, and that's what they're trying to push through the House and Senate in the next few weeks. And they're using your Social Security to help pay for it. Right now, Trump is trying to get his pick through the Senate to lead the Social Security office and put every one of these cuts through. I'm leading the Senate to protect benefits for 4 million New Yorkers, from Rochester to Rockland County and everywhere in between. I'm calling on our Republican colleagues in Congress, especially in the New York delegation, to join us. If Trump and Musk keep going, New Yorkers could see benefits disappear. And I know New Yorkers won't stand for cuts like this. Social Security, let me repeat to Mr. Trump, Mr. Musk, and all of those people in Doge, all of those wealthy people cutting your benefits. Social Security is not government waste. It's not a scam like Elon Musk wants you to believe. It's a lifeline for seniors, for families, and one that I will do everything I can to protect. Time is short to stop permanent damage. Call your congressman, particularly if you're in a Republican district, and tell them, stop this. Stop squeezing Social Security. Stop endangering my benefits. Thank you. We'll take a couple, I have to run, but we'll take a couple of questions on this subject.
Senator, this is Rachel Knapp with WENY News DC Bureau. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us. You aired your concerns about the Big Flats area possibly closing down. That's a huge concern of our viewers out there. Just one question. I'll stick to one because I know others probably have others. That's a high senior population, many of which probably need that in-person interaction to help with any questions or any help with the anything really that they have in regards to benefits and stuff. Now they're worried that it might move to the phone, stuff like that. What is your office trying or hoping to do in order to really help those citizens who need a personal touch?
We're trying to first keep the Social Security office open, the Elmira office open first and foremost, so they can keep calling. Because if the office closes, there's virtually no substitute for the thousands and thousands of people who call. Obviously, if anyone has a real problem and the office isn't treating them right, once it closes, they'll be able to call our office. But with so many fewer Social Security Administration employees, the best option is fight to keep the office open. Call your local Congress member and say, keep my office open.
Thank you.
Senator Alex Galt from the Watertown Daily Times. I wanted to ask, on a lot of these cuts, even here at the state level, reporters have been approaching the Republican members who represent New York and asking them about this, and they don't seem to be offering much of an answer. So, on their positions on these cuts. So, I was wondering if you could just speak to any conversations that you may have had or any understanding that you may have.
They're being closed-mouthed about it. They know how unpopular it is, but they're also so afraid of Musk and Trump. So the best public sentiment is everything. And letting your congressman know that you're going to look at their votes on the upcoming budget bill and hold them accountable is the best thing people can do. I'll take one more on this subject.
Senator Benny Nazai with NBC5 in Plattsburgh. I was just wondering if you had any particular numbers or any information on impacts that may be happening in the North Country and the Plattsburgh region.
We have them and we'll get them to you. We have them.
Sounds
we have
good.
it county by county, every county, okay? And we'll get
Excellent.
it to everyone here. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your being on. Okay. Except for the